Guys, we're officially losing this spot. They're gonna be moving the barriers all the way down to the end of the road and blocking off the road. Nothing due to us. We were talking to the guy who was actually working that excavator, and it's because of just doing their job. I'll start the video off here. It's a little bit different, but it's kind of gonna show you guys exactly what's been going on during that video premiere. Right now, I've got the video premiere going on, trying to stay in touch as much as I can, but we're having to move all of our vehicles to a different location, and I'll tell you why here in a second. I got a Happy here to pick me up. I'm gonna make sure this thing's all locked up and get moving, because I don't want to be there for when the cops show up. The guys are really cool. They've even said that, you know, they respect us and they know that we're not there to make the mess. Things red. Okay. Oh, it's all good. Hey. So these guys are here blocking off the road. And the reason that they're blocking off the road is simply because these truckers, you see these white bags here? All these truckers be coming here, and look at all the mess. Look at all that mess. These guys have told me specifically that these guys are the absolute reason that we're getting kicked out of here. He said he respects what we're doing, and he has no problems with us. Like even for this, park right next to the fire hydrant. These guys just simply don't care, and it's because of them that this road is now, we're not allowed to park here. So thank you very much for that, the truckers in Northeast Calgary. It's very unfortunate, but it is what happens, you know. Like, such a mess that these guys leave here. It's disgusting. I've seen piss jugs, like oil containers, everything all left about. And they just got no care for concern. There's couches up here. We've tried to clean up our area as much as we can. They've even noticed that, and they're like, you know, we greatly appreciate you guys gathering all the garbage that was in your area in a pile. But in the end, these are the guys that have to clean up that stuff. And another problem that they're having is people coming here detaching their trucks, right? And then they just leave them here for days on end. It's very frustrating, leaving lots of garbage around. Like, look, this is for an example. See? Look at all that garbage. See? Look, none of that is from us. Look at our side. Look at that. Nice and clean. Shit, we've even tried to rake up the grass here. But all of the mess just keeps blowing over. That makes it very frustrating for us. But we're just gonna move to a new spot. I'll check in with you guys in a minute. All right, you guys, Mr. Blur off and running. He's going to grab some fuel and head out. He was kind enough to sit here and watch my blue one while I go and move the white one. The white one's actually not far. It's just up the road with Chris. Chris in his minibus has an overheating issue, so he can't move very far, which is kind of, you know, it's not a big deal for us right now. We are going to be getting it fixed in the near future. But yeah, he's moving little stints till we figure out where we can fully park to for the night. It's hard parking an entire town, you know? If you've ever been a vehicle or a van dweller, you know how hard it is sometimes to find a spot to park. Imagine trying to park an entire town of vehicles. So it can get a bit difficult. But like I was mentioning, you know, this is our spot, and we tried to keep it as clean as possible. I know some people were complaining about, you know, brake clean and whatever, but if you compare it to the mess that's around us, you know, There ain't nothing. Look, this entire street is just flooded with trash. And these guys have had enough, and I don't blame them at all. So we're just gonna pop out of their hair before they completely block off that road. And yeah, this should be fun. I didn't get a chance to put a seat in, so. Yeah. Just act casual. Oh, okay, let me put you guys up here. Just act casual. Nothing to see here. You know, just a guy, you know, just driving in a lawn chair. Right? There's nothing to see here. Gotta go. Okay, this is gonna be fun. I went to go recline my seat. Funny. Okay. Let's get it moving, girl. I'll give you guys a quick shot of the garbage along the side of this road. There's no wonder why they're completely frustrated with it. So that pile is dumped there last night. There's couches all along this road. There's all garbage piled up here. Here, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, it's very frustrating that we have to move, but it is what it is. Because what else do you do when you're sitting on a lawn chair in your van, man? You get a coffee, you know, it's the Canadian way, yo. Right? Nothing seems to be shifting too bad right now. I'm gonna text Chris, because he's over by Princess Auto, and see if he wants a coffee and go meet up with him. What a day. What a water. Okay. Are you happy? Alrighty. Let's get moving again. Let's hopefully. Yeah. I got a cup holder. Cool. Perks of having a lawn chair for a seat. Oh, this van is so nice to drive. Don't be fooled by the noises it's making. Third gear is the transmission's doing Chevy transmission things, man. Thankfully they're easy to come by, but other than the transmission sounds and the exhaust, this thing drives so smooth. Like, for example, I've got all this loose stuff in the back of the van. Nothing's even moved. If this was the white van, everything would have already hit me in the back of the head. So there you go. I took Chris for a ride in this van the other day, and even he said, he's like, yeah, you need 4 wheelbase, but it's a normal wheelbase van. So that makes it a lot more easy to drive around in parking lots and around city environments and such. Also, I never needed the extra space. I'm an extreme minimalist in a sense. I know a lot of people even mention like, oh, speakers are a big waste of space and whatnot. But for me, they're not, you know, because other than the speakers, I probably wouldn't use that space otherwise, or I just fill it with some more nonsense, useless stuff like a lot of people do with their vehicles. I'm not really one for that. I like wall decor, but I'm not like one for just stuff in my van full of like nonsense. So for that fact, I like, you know, keeping everything looking clean. For me, having that sound system sounding so awesome in there makes my day, you know what I'm saying? Transmission's starting to warm up now. It's starting to shift a little better, thankfully. I don't even know if you guys can hear me because I'm driving a bare empty van. You know what I'm saying? With the window down. Barely hear the radio, so you guys probably can't hear me. I'm just gonna be quiet until we get to our destination or something happens. See you guys in a bit. Needed to downshift and then I can go on again. We good. Just got a sender in second there, bud. Why automatics are put it in fifth and get you to push me until we're up to speed.
My super plastic bumper.
Mine are almost plastic on this one too. Almost blew me out of my lawn chair. Sometimes having a lot of lights is a good thing because you get a break at every stop sign. Yeah. I'll send her in reverse, bud. Actually a great drifting van because it just wants to stay in second, so you can just send it all day long. I think she's doing alright. She's doing a lot better than that Mitsubishi next to me, I guarantee. Watched him stall it twice now. GPS is saying how many minutes?
believe me? Don't believe me? Watch this lane change. Woo! Done. Lane change. The white one, man? Oh. You want to change lanes, you better prepare like 15 minutes in advance. This old girl? Shit. Alright. Lane change. That's what I'm talking about right there. And the power. Why does that thing got so much power in it? She got 350 in it. And she got some gas in it. Woo. Almost blow me out my launcher every time. Boy, that thing got some power. I'm just like breathing on the throttle. I don't think y'all understand that when I go to drive my weight van, that I need like a quarter throttle to even get that big ass system. You know? This thing, look, I just leave my big toe in it. It blow you in your lawn chair. I'm telling you. This car got the power right here. Ain't no messing with this van. Anybody want to race, bring it on. Let's go. I'll beat you in my home. And what are you gonna say then? Hey, your car may be souped up, but what you gonna do when you get beat by a house? Right? That's all I'm saying. Oh, get all there for shitty. Back here again. We're probably gonna end up staying here the night, but after that, we're gonna try to find somewhere else to move to because I don't want to be here. I really don't. And we need more space for building, so we'll figure it out. For now, we just need to get out of those fellers' ways. So we had to move. Hey, if you guys are watching this, I greatly appreciate you guys, giving us that heads up, man. I really do. Just being told to move is a lot better than being hooked up and pulled away. We got no problem with moving. We try and keep moving as much as possible. This last few weeks or whatnot, we've been sitting a lot more than usual. We'll say that. Usually every day we're up, we're moving, we're going somewhere. The vehicles at least move every single day. And with me having 2 vans, it's just way too expensive to be moving both vans. I got so much in here that I need, and I got so much in the white van that I need, and obviously just still live in. So I got like a month or something with the white van still, and after that we can finally retire that guy, and we'll go from there. It should be alright. You know what I'm saying? I'll move over towards you a bit more. We made it! This is so loud to drive right now. This is so loud to drive right now. And on a lawn chair, it's quite fun. I'll tell you what, this thing got so much power it almost blew me out the lawn chair a couple times. I'm leaving the light and I'm just hanging out with the steering wheel by my fingertips. Yeah. Oh shit. Well, we made it. Now we just gotta go back for the white van. Yeah. All right. Let's go. Howdy ho there, Nebrino. How's your drive?
Overheating bad? Huh?
Yeah, but I mean, it's not spitting.
Yeah. Well, don't look any prettier than what it was when we left, but most of the vehicles are moved away, so we'll get that white van. Alright, you guys, we're back here at the white van, and yay. Can only assume I probably got a slow leak because of the garbage that we were just parked around, but co-op's right there. Run over there, grab some air, and then head back to the parking lot. And then hopefully we can find another spot to be, because I really don't want to be parking at Deerfoot City. Don't really want to be parking at Deerfoot City because I spent so much time there, you know, and as much as I love meeting people, with people coming around all the time to no end, sometimes it stops you from doing things like editing, filming, doing live streams, and actually getting stuff done on the van. So yeah, we're gonna try and find somewhere to be, but that all starts with putting some air in the tire. So let's do it. Happy's gonna head home and get some sleep. This is becoming very frustrating very quick. Having to move multiple vans and having our spots keep getting burned due to complete mess makers. You know, I wish more people had respect for their environment, and I mean, number one, our freaking planet. I drive 2 V8s, you know, and I love V8 engines. I love racing. I'm no environmentalist by any means. It's very upsetting, you know, even, you know, as a guy who isn't an environmentalist or environmentally friendly person, like, you know, with that being said, it's not like I go out of my way to try and harm the environment, you know, but it seems like so many people do, and it's totally unnecessary, you know. It could be avoided multiple times over, but people just refuse. So anyway, let's get some air in this tire and then head back to Deerfoot Shitty. Alright, you guys, tires all pumped up, time to head out, join back up with the crew. Just had to go put fuel in this thing once again. I'm out of diesel right now. I'll grab that later this evening. Thankfully tonight's not supposed to be super cold, so I shouldn't have too much to worry about with freezing to death, thankfully. It's looking like the weather's starting to warm up a bit, so I'm very grateful for that. It couldn't have come at a better time, honestly. As you guys seen in the last video, at one point I did have a bit of garbage all piled up next to the blue van. I don't like that myself, you know, so I'm very glad that I was. Welcome to the white van, folks. Engine runs strong. Suspension wants to fall out from underneath itself every freaking time. What was I even saying? I don't know. I'm having one of those days, y'all. But yeah, you guys, in order to get this blue van built, I'm gonna have to start looking for somewhere where we can kind of parlay and park for a while, kind of open the doors and have the availability to kind of work in a sense, because that spot was
my only real good shot of having the space I needed to continue working on this thing. I was almost at the point where the pavement was drying up underneath the van, and then boom, we had to move spots again. So to anybody who's curious on why this van build is taking a little longer, one, as you guys seen, it's freezing up here for a while. Two, being a real true van lifer, you know, I don't have someone's place where I could just pull up and like stay at my parents or whatever, right? You know, we're out here really in these streets. We're out here really living van life. If I had a shop, that would be amazing, you know, but we don't have that ability right now. Maybe one day in the future, but for right now, it's doing everything on the streets, you know. But it should be a good motivator for all of you, for people who think, you know, I can't do it, you know, I don't have the whatever. I do everything that I do most times without the right tools, without the right location, and in a limited amount of time. Now mind you, I am trying to be patient with this blue van build, but at the same time, we out here, you know, so we're gonna do what we can with what we have, where we are, and hopefully where we are turns out to be a quiet area that we can work on a vehicle. It's starting to look like that might require us to get a little more out of town, even though just then we drove more in towards the city. We're still on the outskirts in a sense of the northeast, but we're not unfindable, you know what I mean, if that makes any sense. And with everybody knowing the location of Deerfoot City, by the time you guys see this video, we'll probably have moved on, hopefully. And you know, that's awesome. I just dropped my coffee. That's great. Moments, everybody, in these freaking moments. Ooh, look at that. It's 5 degrees. In these moments of frustration, being pushed, being frustrated, you know, being confused, we still have to look for the positive things, you know. For example, like I just seen that sign. It's 5 degrees. That's a good day. We can't have everything. Without rain, we wouldn't enjoy the sunshine. And with the frustrating and hard times, we have to appreciate even the littlest of things. You know, there's been times where I woke up in the middle of -40, absolutely freezing, just ran out of propane for heat because that's all I had at the time. Van completely out of fuel. When I woke up, the only thing that I had going for me was I had a dry pair of socks put away. And sometimes that's, you know, if that's what you gotta look forward to as your positive for the day, take it and run with it, man, you know? Don't let anything upset your day. Don't let anything upset you. Go about your day how you want to go about it. And if you can't and stuff happens, you just gotta ride with it and deal with it, man. Live each day at a time. We do what we can. The world's gonna throw us curveballs, but you just gotta try and, you know, put a smile on it. Most times when stuff happens to me, like if I blow a tire, my drive shaft blows out from underneath my van, I get out and giggle at myself, if anything, because you know what? It's gonna happen regardless. You know, could it have been prevented? Yeah, it probably could have been prevented, but it happened and we're here now, so we have to deal with it where we are and how it is, you know. If I could sit and, you know, bitch and complain about everything that's happened here this morning and say, oh, my day was a write-off, I can't do my live stream, I was barely there for my video premiere, you know, going to empty, getting frustrated, but in the end, it's a beautiful day. I'm about to go meet up with my friends, and we're gonna still enjoy the day for what we can, and look for a new location, look for a new spot to call home, because home is where we park it, you know. And ain't that the truth, you know? It doesn't matter where we are, home is where we park it. And parking with a community, it's been a nice change, you know, having the crew hanging around. It's been awesome, you know. We all try and motivate each other the best we can. You know, when we're having a bad day, if someone sees that the other's having a bad day, we either pick on them until they smarten up, or we try and motivate them. You know, everyone takes things differently, so we try and help everyone as much as we can, as much as we know how, you know. Unfortunately, some people just don't understand, you know, and they just keep continuing to go about their negative life and letting the world, looking for something to blame in this world, you know. And realistically, we should be looking at ourselves. 'Cause even that mess that we just left, realistically, we could have cleaned all that mess up. Did we want to? No. But if we had put our pride aside, you know, we could have cleaned up that spot and maybe saved it. But as you all know, chances are it would have got overrun by garbage all over again, just because they literally do not care. So, with our homes being on wheels, sometimes it's just easier to drive away, you know. Unfortunately, finding those glory spots is getting harder and harder each time. It's getting trickier to live van life, you know. All these dang YouTube channels and people glorifying van life, and we moved out of our $1 million house and we got a washing machine in my van and I got everything listen, vehicle dwellers don't live like that, okay? We live minimalistic, rugged lives, and we enjoy it. If you need all of the necessities that you have in your home in a vehicle in order to live, maybe vehicle life is not for you, in my opinion anyway. But it's a lesson everybody's got to learn, you know. Everybody's got the right to try it. I've been living in vehicles nearly my whole life, and I see a lot of weekend warriors that come out and ruin it for us full-timers, and then not even blink an eye because they don't have to worry about it until the next month or next year, next season, whenever they go camping with their $100,000 rigs again. It's very frustrating, but it's what we live, it's what we deal with, you know. My goal is to go and be able to park places where, you know, people respect their environment. One of those places that I have in mind, you know, car meets, racetracks. And I know that sounds a bit ridiculous with the car meets that you guys have probably seen on my channel, but those are just youngins, you know. Those are fun in their own way, in their own right. But I'm more of I prefer the respectable car meets where everyone just admires the vehicles, you know. I'm not looking to be a hellraiser and make a mess, you know. I'm not looking for any of that. As you guys see on my channel, for the most part, I try and stay as respectful as possible, and I'd like to continue that along the journey, and also advise everyone to kind of try and do the same, you know. We only got one planet. Elon Musk can try and go to Mars all he wants, but listen there, in the end we only got one planet. And the truth is, if we don't treat it right, then we're gonna end up having to go to Mars. That's my rant for today, y'all. Anyway, we're back here at the parking lot, Deerfoot Shitty, and let's catch up with the gang and see what everybody's up to and what the plan is for this evening. See you all in a bit. Well, now that we're back, we got our first visitor. Big Z, y'all. Ha Big Z! What's happening?
What's up, Bruce?
Alrighty, you guys. It's been a long day of trying to find a better spot, but unfortunately, we're gonna end up having to stay at Deerfoot City for the night. I'm trying to see if we can locate a better spot tomorrow. I'm absolutely exhausted. Very frustrated. But it is what it is. Tomorrow's another day, and hopefully we can get something done on the blue van instead of just moving vehicles all day. At least I have an open parking lot now to work in for a little bit, I guess. I don't know. But we're not going to give up. We're going to continue. As soon as I can get the blue van shifting right and get this thing a little more gutted, then we can get rid of this thing and I can just be in one vehicle, which is I'm actually really looking forward to. And yeah, we'll get to it. We'll get to it, you guys. Thank you all for hanging in there and following me along on my crazy adventures in life. But this is real van life, you know. This is some of the struggles that we go through. We just keep it rolling. I'm way too tired to talk. Anyway, guys. Until next time, remember, never give up on living life, because life is the most precious thing we have. And see you guys on the next one.